Well, Robert, this is going to be for your corrections on the standard form test. So looking at your paper, what you have to do is you have to get y by itself on one side of the equation. So you can see up here I subtracted 4x from both sides of the equation. And then once I did that, I had negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 15. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. I divide everything by negative 3. I end up with y by itself, because remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So I have y equals 4 over 3 x minus 5, because negative 4 divided by negative 3, a negative divided by a negative is just positive. And you just leave it like a fraction, because remember that slope could be a fraction. A lot of times it is a fraction. It gives you the rise over run, tells you what the slope is. And then it's minus 5 because it's 15 divided by 3. Okay. You had the minus 5, but this was needing to be changed. Okay, number 2, I subtract 7x from both sides. Don't mind my underlined. I use this paper to talk to all classes. And then I got to get y by itself, once again, to make it look like this. So I divide by negative 4. And negative 7 divided by negative 4 just is a positive, 7 over 4. And negative 8 divided by negative 4 is going to be positive 2. So I'm done. That's your final answer. And then number 3, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I don't want to know what negative y is, because notice you're left with a negative y when you subtract that 2x from both sides. So I got to get rid of the negative. So when I change the sign on this side of the equation, I have to do the same thing on this side. I change the signs on this side. Change it from a negative to a positive, change it from a positive to a negative, and I'm done. Okay? And on both of these, like this one and this one, you didn't have it in slope-intercept form, this form. So make sure you change those. Okay, talking about these, let's see what's going on. I already went and started. When x is 0, you're left with negative 2y equals 6. So negative 2y equals 6. This gives me 6 divided by negative 2 if I want y all by itself. And that's going to be negative 3. So I go to where y is negative 3, and I put a point there on the y-axis at negative 3. When y is 0, that's going to give me the x-intercept. And notice it says, because I covered up the y, because if y is 0, that would be gone. That whole section of the equation would be gone. And it would be 3x equals 6. So 3x equals 6, I divide both sides by 3, and x becomes 2. So x is 2, and you just connect these 2 points. For number 5, if x is 0, I'm left with negative 4y equals negative 20. So negative 4y equals negative 20. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. Negative 20 divided by negative 4 is 5. So I go to where y equals 5 and put a dot there, put a point there. If y is 0, I'm left with 7x equals negative 20. 7x equals negative 20. I take and I divide negative 20 divided by 7 to get x by itself. This is going to give me a fraction. I think it's something like 2.8. So negative 20 divided by 7 gives me, negative 2.8. So negative 2.8, or 2.9 actually, because it'll round up to negative 2.9. Negative 2, that would be like somewhere in here, somewhere. Connect those. So you just go on the x-axis and go to negative 2.9. This one, when x is 0, I'm left with 5y equals negative 10. 5y equals negative 10. I divide both sides by 5. I get y equals 2. So I go to where y... negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So I go to negative 2, put a point there. All right, can't forget those negatives. And then I have 7x equals negative 10 when y is 0. And so I divide both sides by 7. So negative 10 divided by 7. Negative 10 divided by 7 gives me 1.4. So negative 1.4. Negative 1.4 is like right in here somewhere. So I connect those points and I'm good to go. Okay, this one, when x is 0, I'm left with negative 2y equals 6. Negative 2y equals 6. I divide both sides by negative 2 to get y by itself. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. So y equals negative 3. And then this is when y is 0, I'm left with 5x equals 6. So 5x equals 6. 6 divided by 5 is 1.2. So 1.2 would just be past the 1 on the x-axis. And I connect those points. Okay, for this one, x equals negative 4. You did that one well. That was perfect. So keep that one to where x is always going to be negative 4. Then this one, y equals 3. You go to where y equals 3 and you make a line. I'm not sure why she marked that one wrong. I think she made a mistake on that one. Because this is a horizontal line to where y equals 3. And yeah, so that one should be correct. I'm not sure why she marked that one wrong. Okay, and then going to this one. When x is 0, I'm left with negative 2y equals negative 2. And so I divide both sides by negative 2 to get y by itself. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. And then when y is 0, I'm just left with x equals negative 2. So x equals negative 2. So I go to where y equals 1. I go to where x equals negative 2. And I connect those points. Okay, a little bit different from what you were going on with. And then number 11, when x is 0, I'm left with negative 5y equals 5. Negative 5y equals 5. I divide both sides by negative 5. Y equals 5 divided by negative 5 is negative 1. So I go to where y is negative 1. Okay? And then for this one, I have back to this. When y is 0, I'm left with 2x equals 5. So 2x equals 5. I divide both sides by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So I go to where x is 2.5, and I create that line. Okay. Looking at this number 9 back here again, I think you had maybe something different. I see an eraser mark. Maybe this is your correction. And so that's why it was right. So make those corrections and get this turned in as soon as possible. Even if you take a picture of it and send it to her over Google Classroom, that would be great. So this grade is changed and you get a much better grade. Good luck.